Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So today's video is going to be focused around food because why not? I was just really in the mood for like a bake-off style video. So that's what we're doing today, and we're also going to be playing with a classic mod called Granny's Cookbook. So before I introduce you to the contestants and we start cooking, I'll quickly show you the mod. Here she is, Granny's Cookbook and Recipes. I will leave a link in the video description to this mod if you would like to download it yourselves. But it basically introduces a range of cute little cookbooks, Granny's cookbooks, to The Sims 4, along with a few new recipes that your Sims can try out. So today we're going to be putting that to the test and we're going to be rustling up some dishes. This is what the cookbooks look like in-game. I gave them all different styles. Pretty cute, I think. So for today's video, I have 4 Sims, all with different levels of cooking skills. And they're each going to be preparing a dish that the others are going to try. So we're going to do like a main meal dish, a dessert dish, and something else probably. So once you have the mod installed, you can click on the cookbook and then you have Granny's Recipes. And there's also an option to cook snacks as well. So if I go to Granny's Recipes, I have breakfast, desserts, barbecue and meals. For this video, we're mainly just going to be using meals, desserts and snacks. So the first thing we're going to do is make a meal. There are 4 meals and I have 4 contestants, so that's just great. So this guy is not the best cook, so he's going to do grilled cheese and tomato soup. This Sim here has a few more skills, so she has a lot more options. So she is going to make ratatouille. This guy's going to make fettuccine alfredo. Granny over here is going to make stuffed peppers. Now you may notice I've kept this game paused the whole time because this is The Sims 4. I've given all of my Sims their very own stations. They each have their next activity queued up as cooking a meal. And I know how buggy this game is, so I'm a bit worried that this is just going to immediately go to shit and they're going to start going towards each other's stations. But I guess we'll see. Let's have a look. Will they stick to their own stations? Yes! They're each using their own fridges. Okay, now just keep to your own stoves. Perfect. So this is Jackson. He's not really that experienced of a cook, so he's doing kind of a basic soup. Just a little light bite. He does have a passion for cooking, he just doesn't have the skills, so he's kind of here for the experience more than anything. I mean, he's already done. Antonio is our other male cook. He doesn't really have a passion for cooking, he just made some fettuccine alfredo. He doesn't have that high skills, he just came here to get laid, really. He was hoping to find some kind of hot chef mama. This is Nancy. She's probably more of a competitive Sim. She seems to be having a few kitchen troubles here. I don't see what the problem is. But she is definitely a competent chef. And our most competent chef, who seems to have attracted the attention of the lads, is Grandma Millie. She was probably the best person for this kind of video because she is a granny and she's following Granny's recipes. She's also the only Sim who has mastered the cooking skill, so I'm expecting great things from her dish. Nancy, okay, Nancy's finished. That's looking great, that ratatouille right there. She's already laid it out on the table. I mean, that competitiveness is really shining through. Millie's decided to use Jackson's oven instead of her own, which is fine, I guess. Okay, so I've placed all of the dishes on the table. They're each going to take it in turns to try each other's meals. But before we do that, let's just get the money shot. Look at those stuffed peppers. I mean, that is just immensely sexy, isn't it? And then we've also got this fettuccine alfredo. I see he's chucked in a few greens there for nutritional value. Oh, that is nice. That's nice. Ratatouille served up with a side of sass. And you can just tell from looking at it that that is just going to be supremely delicious. And then we've got some tomato soup with a side of what looks like grilled cheese, which I think is really going to complement that dish. Yes. So, let's get them all to try different dishes. So Millie cooked the stuffed peppers, so she can try the grilled cheese with tomato soup that was made by Jackson. Nancy made the ratatouille, so she can try the stuffed peppers that was made by Millie. Jackson can try the fettuccine alfredo that was made by Antonio, and Antonio can try the ratatouille that was made by Nancy. Okay guys, honest opinions please. Oh, I'm sorry, but look at that dish. Look at that fucking dish. Sorry, I lost myself a little bit there. Okay, right. Moment of truth. Interesting that they've divided themselves like that, because we have the two more basic meals here and then the two slightly more adventurous dishes over here. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I know I'm certainly curious to see what Millie thinks of that soup. Jackson's all on his own. Billy No Mates over here. He seems just okay with the fettuccine Alfredo. He doesn't seem thrilled. Just okay. 5 out of 10. Millie has chosen to sit at the table over here. I mean, this really is bullying, but you know what? Whatever. Millie seems pretty happy with the soup. The soup was well done. Now, looks like Jackson's noticed that Millie has snubbed him. Seems to be a strange twist of affairs, is that Antonio does not seem that impressed by the ratatouille. 4 out of 10. Nancy is absolutely thrilled by the stuffed peppers. She is cheering with every bite. So I think the winner of this round undisputably has to be Millie. Second place, we actually have the soup by Jackson, which no one saw coming. Third place, we have the fettuccine Alfredo. And in last place, I'm sorry to say, Miss Competitive Nancy over here. But you know what, guys? That was only the first round. Anything could change. Okay, back to our stations, ready to work on our desserts. Okay, so Jackson is only cooking level 1, but I think he can do a little bit better than a strawberry delight. How about a trifle? Millie, as we know, is more experienced, so she can do these little, I think they're maybe biscuits. I don't really know what they are, but they're the toughest ones. She can do them. Antonio can do banana fritters. Nancy can make monster brownies. Okay, Jackson, you did pretty well in the last round. Trifle's pretty straightforward, so I really can't see how you can fuck this one up. Good luck. Antonio's getting to work. He's just happy to be here and happy to be making anything that is phallic-shaped. I think he's got a thing for Nancy. He keeps looking over her shoulder. They're even having a little chit-chat, a little bit of flirting from one bay to another. Millie over here is really giving it to that pastry mix. She is teaching it a lesson like no one else could. Good for you, Millie. See, she's kneading the dough there. She's good with her hands. And it looks like Jackson's already finished. I mean, he did start with quite a basic dish. So while you're waiting, Jackson, perhaps you could pick up a colouring book. And these two lovebirds are invading each other's personal space with Antonio working on Nancy's oven. Although Nancy seems to view this as more of an annoyance than a flirtatious banter because now she can't finish her dish. Nancy, this is the second time in a row that you have walked off halfway through cooking. I will not tolerate this diva behaviour here in Bake Off. Yet the other three are still hard at work. Jackson's just kind of wandering around looking for scraps from the previous round. All hell has broken loose. Everyone is standing at the wrong station. It looks like we have another completed meal. Banana fritters are all done, served with what looks like warm milk. And the monster brownies are also done. Jesus, it is all kicking off here in the kitchen. And Millie has just polished off her delicious dish. Right, guys, let me just pop this all on the table. Oh, yeah. Dessert is served. Okay, so I'm thinking this time the boys can try each other's flavours and the women can chow down on a slice of each other's pie. So Jackson made the trifle so he can eat the banana fritter. Antonio made the fritter so he can have the trifle. Nancy made the brownies, so you help yourself to these little, still don't know what they are. And Granny Millie, you grab yourself a little Frankenstein brownie. Now remember, guys, this is where we have to pay close attention to their facial expressions while they're eating, because that's how we really know who's made the best dish. Millie's taking the first bite. We want to see that initial reaction. Just okay. Just okay. Well, that's not going to be great news for Nancy because she's already in last place from the last round. Oh, the shade. Nancy doesn't seem that impressed by the cupcakes made by Millie. Antonio's taking a bite of Jackson's trifle. Big smile at the end. Big smile. Jackson's done really well for himself this time. I mean, he has only made easy dishes, but he's done well. Oh, and it looks like Jackson's putting Antonio's banana in his mouth now. Keen to see the verdict there, Jackson? Expressionless. No expression. Well, I think that puts Antonio in last place because it was completely expressionless. At least Millie had a wince of a smile when she had Nancy's, putting Nancy in third place. And Easy Street Jackson takes the first place. It's all to play for. But now, of course, it's time for the final round of this baking show. So, lastly, we're just going to make some snacks. The only reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't help notice that they had monster shakes. And I just couldn't resist. We have to do these monster shakes. So that's going to be the final round. Let's do a gummy worm shake here by Millie. Nancy's going to rustle up a Frankenshake. Jackson is going to do the Gummy Bear Freak Shake. And Antonio taking over the candy corn. Alright guys, head to your stations for the final task of today's show. Oh, okay. Millie's already done. I guess she's assuming that she's going to drink her own this time. I mean, you could at least let me take a look at it before you gobble it down. You know what, maybe I will let them have their own shakes as a reward. And then here we have Antonio's shake. Pretty impressive, colourful. Big fan of the Frankenshake. I guess Jackson went with a smoothie instead, or a milkshake. Well, on that note, we ended up having 2 rounds instead of 3, but I think we can all agree this was a real thrilling adventure we all went on. So, looks like the winners are kind of tied between Millie and Jackson, but in the spirit of wholesome cooking shows, I think I'm going to leave it with having no definitive winner. Let's just say we all made some great friends, we all learned some amazing lessons, and we'll give it a happy ending. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just kind of wanted to showcase some of the different dishes you can get with the Granny Cookbook mod. As I said, if you like the look of it, I will link it in the video description. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.